as the title says, welcome to the Championship, but I'm worried the Championship is not going to be kind to us. We haven't had the best summer. I've only managed to bring in 4 players, with 2 of them being on loan. And the media prediction has us, 400 to 1 and bottom of the Championship. It is going to be tough to stay in this league. Hi guys, Woody here, welcome back. It's episode 32 of Oldham to Ohm. If you're enjoying this type of content and you're not yet subscribed, if you could, wouldn't mean a lot to me, smash that like button and give me your prediction for this. Where do you think we are going to finish in the Championship? Because as I said, we are 24th, I can't see because my head is in the way. Can I move it over here? Look at that, 400 to 1 to, that's to win the league, but I mean, we're going to struggle. We are going to struggle. Anyway, we'll start our way down the bottom and work it up. We actually have a decent balance. We're actually making money, which is the good thing about the Championship through ticket sales, and we've sold some players too. So it's good that we've got just under $1 million there, as I am just slightly over the wage budget, which has been quite a big issue trying to get players in. Obviously, when we got promoted, everyone comes to you and be like, hey, I think I deserve a better contract now that we're a Championship club. And you're like, well, mate, just chill out. And they're like, well, I really need one. You're like, fine. Do you want one? And then they want a ridiculous pay rise. And before you know it, you've paid everyone way too much money. But anyway, club vision, we've got a B+ from the board and a B+ from the supporters. That's probably the best the supporters have ever been. But they just want us to attempt to avoid relegation. So even if we did get relegated, which would be a huge step backwards, they're not going to sack us. Club info, we've upgraded some of the facilities. So junior coaching and youth recruitment is quite high. I'm still trying to get training and youth facilities up as well. Transfers, we know that's why you're all here. Let's go and check out all 4 players. So the first player we have is Ducko JB. Yes, he was on loan. His contract was expiring. I did say that there would definitely be an option, I think, to get him back. I think he's nice, well-rounded, and he can play in that DMC role as well. Played pretty well for us last year with, mostly off the bench, but I feel giving him the game time will make him a better player. And do you know what? If it doesn't work out, we should be able to flip him for a bit of money, but he's our first one in. And our second and final permanent signing of the transfer window is Sam Hughes. He's a central defender who was playing in League One last year for Burton Albion and played really, really well. Former of Chester in the National League before Leicester picked him up. Interesting there. It's not too bad. He's a little bit slow, which gives us 2 quite slow centre-backs, which is a bit of a problem. What's his name? Lakyle Samuel. Man City released him. I brought him in on trial, offered him a contract, and then he went and joined QPR. So great. So we got Sam Hughes, 29, bit on the older side, but he does have some good height about him, physicals and whatnot. So hopefully he can do a good job for us because we're going to need it at the back there. And our other signing, only on loan, is Chris Popoff from Leicester. He can play left and right winger and up front. He's got some good physicals. It's 21. Went on loan to Millwall 2 seasons ago and wasn't great. Couple of Premier League games under his belt. Former Manchester United player. I feel like he can do a job for us out on those in those inverted winger spots. Hopefully he can get use some of that physical to get up and down the wing there. And our last signing is Daniel Ogworo. He is a striker. He's coming from Manchester City. Just to give us a little bit of competition up front with Sosa. I think he's got some pretty good stats about him. His passing's not great and his composure's pretty awful. But apart from that, he's got a bit of pace, agility, balance. I think he could be pretty good. He was on loan in League 2 last year, scored 11 goals. So probably a bit of a jump up to the Championship. But at this point, we really, really cannot be choosers in who we get. It was very, very tough to get players in, especially with our salary cap being so high already. We're paying him quite a bit, but the likes of Popov, we're paying him a pittance, really. So it is, got a few other players coming in. We'll see how they sort of pan out, but a lot of players out. 1.6 million worth of players. The most there was Ryan Wardle. He went to Middlesbrough. I mean, he's 19 physically. He's all right. I didn't really rate him, and then when they came in with a bid of 1.5, I was like, sure. So he's at Middlesbrough now. People are unhappy about that, but he's worth 6.8 million. I can't remember if we've got a sell-on fee for him, but yeah. We then made a bit of money. Tyler Reid has gone as well because he was on £2,000 a week, and I just thought he probably wasn't quite going to make it. So he was a good servant for us, and as you can see, my scouts already rating him as a D player. Josh Robinson went as well for 20k. Vontae Williams for free. Who else stands out here? Who's Mayembe obviously went. Christian Norton out on a free. Whole host of players going out on loan. Name of the game. Hayden Bland has gone as well. Charlie Wellens again. Niz has gone on loan to Kings Lynn. We've got Will Armitage, W. Diaz, a couple of these guys, Jimmy Gower, guys who I don't think are quite ready yet for the championship, certainly not, and so getting these guys out on loan, they are on a fair crack as well, like, a couple of thousand each as well, just to lower that wage bill. So there, we did release a few players as well. Obviously, Christian Maghomer, George Dowling. I didn't think he was going to cut it. Look, as you can see, last resort, and no one's picked him up yet. But to be honest, guys, I would pick this guy up. If you're in League 2 clubs out there, just saying, but get George Dowling. He will do a good job for you. Florent Hottie as well. He's gone. He wasn't even here last year. He was on loan in the National League. Once again, these guys weren't going to cut it, wanting large wages. Amari Patrick, I felt a bit bad about releasing Patrick, just because he can play so well on either side. And he did really play well for us. Limited opportunities last year, but that League 2 form was pretty damn special. Harry Vaughan, once again, he's 22 and he hasn't really progressed how I wanted. He's now in Darlington, National League North. Would be nice to sell him for a bit of money, but wasn't happening. The big one as well was Ockenberry, 30 years old. Just looking at his stats for the championship, I don't think he would cut it. We compare him with Daniel Ogwaro, for example. I mean, Ogwaro is much better than him already. So he would have struggled and was wanting big wages. So it is a shame to see him go after 69 games. Nice for Oldham, and 54 goals, an incredible record. Got us out League 2 and got us out League 1, to be honest. So yeah, that's that. We have a host of the young players come in at the end of last season. Daniel Marr as well. We picked this guy up, just hanging around on a free. And obviously the host of other ones. But yeah, that's it as transfer goes. And because we're right up on a wage budget, we're not going to be getting too many more players in. We are looking at a couple here, most notably Nicholas Harris, he's a defensive midfielder, a central midfielder. I think he looks pretty decent and would provide a bit more cover in that midfield for us, and we're not paying a lot of his money. I am looking for another right back, and at the moment I'm looking at Brody Hughes from Wolves. Physically looks good, can play centre back, not sure that jumping reach. Technically he's a bit ordinary, but he would just compete with Matheson there. Or the other option is Mark Gerardo, who probably looks a bit better than Brody Hughes. If we have a look here, obviously Brody Hughes, I think Brody Hughes in the blue is better mentally and airily, but technical, attacking and vision and defending. Mark has the money. So I'm waiting for a work permit on Mark. I think we'll go for him, and we'll probably cancel Brody Hughes's loan. Schedule-wise, we've actually done really well. I mean, Dundee United, okay, Scotland, but still 4-0. Sheffield United, who are in the Champions as well, we beat 5-2. Then we lost randomly to Genk, but then beat Leeds 4-2 as well, and they're in the Premier League. RB Leipzig 3-1, Radcliffe 9-0, that was the easy one, and then Sparta Rotterdam 3-1. So we've had a really good off-season. in terms of results and scoring goals, which is excellent when you look at the teams that we're beating. I mean, the Sheffield United, the Leeds and the Leipzig ones stand out because we've also managed to score 12 goals and concede 5 over those 3 games, which, I mean, I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. Staff-wise, we are looking to get in one more scout, but we have some really, really good stuff. I'd like a bit better sportsy stuff, but, you know, beggars can't be choosers and all that again. The tactic looks exactly the same. We have some issues with Luka Klanick and Bridge Ndulu contract-wise because they can't get work permits, but I signed without them. Luka Klanick's got 2 years left, so if we get to the Premier League next year, we might be able to renew it. Otherwise, we're going to have to sell him. But Bridgie here as well, his actually expires at the end of this season, and he can't get a new work permit, which is weird because I signed these guys without needing the work permit, and I don't know. It's very, very confusing. Very, very confusing. So this is the squad as it stands at the moment. It is small. We've got 18, 19, 20, 21 players. We've obviously got the selection of, that's the under 18s, selection of youth players. Not too many here down in the under 21s, but so I think we're going to just try and roll with a small squad as best we can. We've also got a couple of guys here on trial. Alpha Dionku is another right back, but too much in wages. Odolafia, another decent right back, but I think those 2 loans. I'd like to sign Teddy Sharman Lowe. He's a decent backup goalkeeper, but he just wants a bit too much money. And we've got Stuart McKinstry, who was released by Leeds on trial as well. Maybe sort of hoping to pick him up if he doesn't want too much money, which I can't remember what he does want. A regular starter. Would you take a squad player, Stuart? He would. Yes, he wants quite a bit of money, and I'm not prepared to pay that. Anyway, we have got the first game today against Sunderland in the Championship, which will be a good barometer to see how we're actually going to go in this. Tactics-wise, no changes here. We've got Norman in goal, Matheson at right back, Hughes and Roberts, Couto at left back, John at the base in midfield, Jones, Sanders, Ndulu, Klanick and Sosa up front. Obviously, Brian Moore is not quite fit, which is why he is down here. Josh Neufeld is also there. I think we've actually... No, we're not missing anybody. Jay Mingy is on the bench. Now, that's the reason why Sanders is playing. Mingy wants to leave the club. He wants to leave. He wants to play in a better division, like the Premier League. You're not going to play there. And the reason for that is he actually won League One Player of the Year, which, I mean, he had a great year, but dude, we're in the Championship. You're not going to get to go to the Premier League. So he's got a minimum fee of 2.5 million. If someone comes in for that, then they can have him. I am tempted to sell him because his contract actually does expire next year, so otherwise he's going to leave on a free, because I don't feel like he's going to... we'd have to get promoted for him to want to stay, so he is down on the bench. If we sell him, that'll be a lot of money, 2.5 million. I could juggle some around for a wage budget, and we can look to get someone back in, but Gary Sanders looks pretty damn good at the moment. 3 stars in that central midfield there as well. Physically, not great with the stamina acceleration there, but mentally he's really strong, and I do like his technique and first touch in his technicals. But yeah, that's the squad that we're going. Sam Hughes is unfit, but like I said, we're a bit light at the back, and I don't really want to start Mingy. I think we're a bit light in defence. We probably do need another defender, but there's no time to dwindle on that. We need to get in this. Ogwaru is going to get a number 10. Sure, looks good. Submit the team. Let's go to the match. Let's get into this. Come on, I'm pumped. The Championship, we've really, we're in the Championship, and it's been, I wouldn't say it was a slog to get up here. I mean, the first season we were lucky at the National League. Second season, League 2 was good. But then 2 absolutely barnstorming seasons to get up here have really, really put us in good stead. And the thing that I really love about it as well is, I was looking at before, so like Magnus Norman, Mitchell Roberts, Benny Couto were all here in the National League. A couple of other sort of squad players were around there, but like also as well, Callum Jones came to us in League 2. And these players are going up all the way. which is absolutely incredible for that sort of thing. But here we are at the Stadium of Light with Sunderland's team. Let's get the boys out there and let's shout that encouragement, and hopefully we can get our championship campaign off to a winner or a drawer. That's the term that people use, a drawer? I am worried about Robertson Hughes with their 10 pace in the championship coming up against like defenders who could play in the Premier League. That's going to be an issue, but hopefully their physicality will win them the games there. As Sunderland now on the attack, as the rain tumbles down here, as Noel John nicks that ball and we find Benny Couto. I'm hoping our attackers can get us out of most of the problems, as Sosa has a shot there, and it's a bit poor. He did all the work beforehand and couldn't finish the get off. Yeah, so I am. That's not the start that we want. That's not at all what I wanted to happen. That was, Magnus Norman needs to take the blame for that. He was totally at fault there. He came rushing out way too quickly, but the run here from Giles beating... I'm sure there's an easy way of doing this. Couto. Okay, surprised he beat Benny Couto, but alright, let's not look at that anymore. We'll now demand some ball. That's annoying from Norman, because I thought he would be able to make this step up to the championship, but... But Slugger! Sunderland have got Slugger. I forgot about Slugger. And it is... Oh, no. Good team finish, but... I mean... Scraping relegation this season, finishing 21st. I'll snap your hand off that at the moment, because we've got a throw in here just before half time. I say just before, it's 40 minutes on the clock. Clinic now. Sanders, Gary Sanders put it wide. I feel like George Dowling would have finished that and scored the goal. It is half-time, relatively even. Magnus Norman's mistake has put Sunderland ahead. We have to improve in the second half, boys. We have to improve. Callum Jones is looking anxious. Don't get anxious, mate. The sodding captain. Sosa is not playing well. We'll give him another, 10 or so minutes from here to see if he can up his game, or we'll have to bring on Ogworu. Sosa now on the ball, winning that. Great ball, Bridgie. Bridgie, but Slugger makes the save. I am hoping for another 27 goal contributions from Bridgie this season. If we do that, we will. If he can do that, we will stay up. Definitely. Bar now for Sunderland, looking to counter as the rain has finally stopped here. Hughes. Oh my God. Grabbed his shirt. There's that pace. Letting Hughes down and him having to go ahead and do a cheeky little shirt grab. Alright, I've let Sosa go on too long. We're going to bring on Ogworu, and Bridgie's playing for Port as well, so that'd be Ndulu on for him. Callum Jones and Gary Sanders are playing poor. Obviously looking at Harrison. We might bring JB on for the captain. He's anxious, and we'll leave it like that, because I know Gary Sanders has a wicked free kick on him, and hopefully he can, do something there. We'll monitor him, and it would be Harrison probably to come on for him in the next 5 or so minutes if not much changes, and not much has changed, so I'll make that substitution now. And I was going to demand some more, but apparently I yelled at the boys recently. Weird. Anyway, it is Sunderland on the ball now, and they go long, and Clark latches onto that one, and there's Matheson now. Noel John intercepting the ball. Ogworu. Harrison Dudziak. Newferville! I feel like Ogworu should have been busting up there. We are going to go attacking, and we are going to demand some more straight away. Giles now. We've got about 10-ish, 12-ish minutes, depending extra time is. Sunderland score here. It is not good. There's that man Terry Giles who scored the first goal, and that is not what you want. I feel like we've been unlucky. I feel like we should have scored. And there it is, full time 2-0. Slugger having an excellent gaming goal, and we were quite poor at the back. Matheson, Sam Hughes, Benny Couto, Magnus Norman, that mistake. Noel John was good, as was Klanick, but yeah, we'll be successful. Shoot. I'm just going to leave and slowly back out. I need to check where Sunderland are predicted to come. If they're up the top, I'll breathe a lot easier. But if their prediction is down the bottom, okay, mid-table, all right, we'll take that. But it's these teams, I guess, under them that we need to really be beating, because, yeah, that was not the best start at all. We were pretty woeful. I'm going to play a few games now. We've obviously got Sutton in the Carabao Cup. Do not care about that. Going to rotate heavily for that every single game. We'll go Ipswich, Peterborough, Bournemouth, Watford. We'll play like, I don't know, a handful of games, come back, see how we're travelling. Hopefully you've picked up some points. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed that episode. If you have and you're not yet subscribed, if you could, would be... I said if you have watched all this way and you're not yet subscribed, if you could, it would mean a lot. Smash that like button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.